Okay, so we are live, and this is Shovel and Rest TV. Okay, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn the post notification bell on. So each time I upload a video like this, you get it right there on your phone. So as you can see, our topic for today, all right, we're going to be talking about these abusive pastors, all right, across this world. And remember, every Sunday at 5 p.m., all right, Eastern Standard Time, all right, we go live. Is 5 p.m. in America, 4 p.m. in Jamaica. All right, so remember to join us. All right, so these abusive pastors, and just to clear it up, these pastors always always more likely to get away with everything they have done abusively to little boys, to little girls, to the member's wife of the church and the member's husband of the church. Okay, these pastors, they so abusive that when you go back and you watch these videos, you will think to yourself and you will say, is this a church, or a are we back in slavery? All right, so these things that you're seeing performed by these pastors, these things are so overwhelming. These things are what no one want to speak about. Okay, all these pastors across the world, they jive in there. Not even jive. Most of these pastors, they will tell you that they don't even want to jive. They want to take planes. They want to have their own private planes. Most of them have their own private planes. Okay, these pastors, they live the best life, the most luxury life. And if you could go back on my channel, I do plenty of videos about these pastors. Okay, by now religious people probably don't like me, but it's not me, it's just a message. Okay, because I have no problem with if you want to be a Christian, if you don't want to be a Christian, that's not my problem. Okay, but these pastors, these abusive pastors, recently we have a video, okay, all over the internet about Montego Bay, Jamaica, with this pastor called Kevin Smith. And famous pastor, as they always be. These are the famous one. They are the one who always cause problems. They are the one who, because they have so much connect with people in high places, they do the most wrong to their congregation and always tend to get away with it. So this pastor in Montego Bay, he basically sacrificing the members of the church. Okay, and when I say sacrifice, I mean sacrifice like killing them, right? He want blood. You know, pastor always talk about blood. Everything is blood, blood, blood. And we have to understand too, spirit, they like blood. Okay, and not all spirit, but obviously these pastors, the spirit that they talk about, they like blood. So when you see they want to sacrifice a human being, or particular, or a church member, it shouldn't be surprising. Okay, because they always talk about blood. They want blood of God, blood of Jesus. You know, everything is blood, blood, blood. So when they perform something like this, most people saying it's a cult. It's not a church, it's a cult. It is not a cult, it is a church. Okay, this is exactly what these pastors have been doing for years. The people in Montego Bay, Jamaica, they are not surprised by this thing, by this pastor and what he has done. It's the outside people who never knew this thing was going on are surprised. The people who in that area, all right, in Albany, Montego Bay, they used to these things. Or Albion, I should say. They used to these things. Okay, we are the one who like, wow, this has been going on, but not me. I'm not surprised. Okay, because this is what they always talk about. Okay, so if they talk about it, eventually you speak things into existence and then you actually carried it out. This is how life works, and this is how they're done. This is how they do things. Okay, so that pastor, he ordered all of the church members not to bring their cell phone to church that day, or wherever they were meeting up. Everyone should wear all white, and he have his own church brothers that carry out this act for him. Okay, so they would carry out act like having all these church members take off their clothes inside the church, both men and women, and they would get a beating. Okay, and just to let you know, this guy have nothing but rainbow flags inside of that church, and everyone know what he's doing. He abusing little boys. He abusing even these females. Their husband is there. This pastor abusing their husband sexually. Abuse them little boys sexually. Okay, and it has been going on for ages. Nothing changed. Nothing is surprising. Okay, the Catholic Church been doing the same thing for years. If you go on the internet and you type in the Catholic Church of France, in Paris, in France, there has been charge pin on them for abusing little boys. For almost over 1,000 or more little boys, they have been abused. This is nothing new to us. This is what the church strive for. Okay, they strive from these things, abusing little boys. Okay, abusing these women who forcing their husband to go to church. The pastor also abusing their husband sexually. Most of these pastors, this is what they have been doing for years, right? And people don't want to speak about these things. They make it seem like it is nothing, it's just okay. Well, this pastor in Montego Bay, someone finally can't take it anymore. They called the police while he was performing these acts. And before the police got there, the members from the church start shooting at the police. Okay, the pastor and his church people ended up cut a woman's throat and kill her for the sacrifice. You heard what I say? He ended up kill a woman, okay, for a sacrifice, a blood sacrifice inside of the church. Okay, it is all there on the internet in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Okay, Pastor Kevin Smith. You could type him in, you will see all these things that he have done. You know, I put up a video on my Facebook channel about certain things that I see him he also did too. Okay, my Facebook is Raslamba84, RASLAMBA 84. You could go on my Facebook page, you could look it up. These people do so much things. All right, it is nothing new. So the police eventually show up. The members from his church, they have guns as big as the police. I'm talking about people, pastors, deacons, bishop, all these people inside of the church strapped with guns. Okay, these people strapped to the bone. And you go make it see, and people might feel surprised. It's not surprising. This is what this pastor has been doing for years. They start shooting at the police. The police ended up killing one of their church member, at least one of the gang. They trying to make it seem like it's like it's God place, and This guy tell these people so much things. Okay, 3 people have died that day, and it is a crazy situation. All right, like I say, it might surprise people who don't know about it, but it's not surprising to me. This is how and what these pastors has been doing for years. Everything they have done, the members of the church, specifically the females of the church, cover up everything and forgive him and let they do their dirty act. These females in the church bring their sons and their daughters to these pastors, to these abusive pastors who sexually abuses both of them, the boy and the girl. And they cover it up. And when they see this man, they look at him like he is God, like he's untouchable. This is what he was sent here to do. Right? He is no different from the men on the street who rape a boy or rape a girl. But they don't look at him like that because he used Jesus as a disguise to cover up everything what he's doing. This man even tell these people that Jamaica will have a flood, okay, and that day of the flood, it will be an ark. You know, if you read the Bible, there they talk about Noah and the ark, that they take one animal of each. Okay, after God decided to destroy this earth. So he tell these people the same thing, that there's an ark is coming to pick up these people who are in the church with him on that day. And you're going to tell me you have growing people there. You have grandmothers there in their 60s, in their 70s. You have grandfathers there in their 60s, in their 70s. You have young people there who's supposed to be very intellectual and intelligent. You sit there in a church and allow a person to tell you these things and you believe him. Like I tell people, I only sorry for the kids. These adults that go to that church, they deserve everything that pastor did to them. Everything. You understand? I understand that black people on a whole, they don't think for themselves anymore. They always following people. If they should explain something to you, they will tell you that come to the church because their pastor could explain it to you better. Why you cannot explain nothing? Why you have to have someone to lead you? Why you cannot lead yourself? I remember sometime on Sundays or Saturdays when children, they are so scared of the abuse of what these pastors is abusing them, and they don't even know how to tell their parents. Most of the parents already know, but for the ones that doesn't know, these kids are so dramatized. They are crying. They don't want to go to church because they know the pastor gonna abuse them sexually. These boys are crying not to go to church. The mom. That's why I tell you, black woman, the same one that's sitting down in this church, they are the one who is misleading our generation, because they think they are doing something good, but they're leading these little boys to these predators that call themselves pastors, to abuse their kids, to abuse their grandkids. And they will never see nothing wrong with what this guy is doing. Okay? They lead. Mothers are the most, it's like they create the most destructive things in kids' life. Mothers and grandmothers. Because they will beat and they will curse and they will fight these kids to go to church, while these kids are getting abused sexually by these pastors, by these bishops, by these deacons. And they cover it up. You go to the Catholic Church, it's worse. Every time a little boy getting raped, getting abused by these pastors and these females that call themselves mom and grandmom, take these kids and give to these pastors. Right? And this is how it works. When these children don't want to go to church, don't bring them to no church. These children, their spirit is stronger than yours. They know what they need. They know what they want. Don't force children to go to church because you are their parents, because you are powerful than them. Because when that pastor is abusing them sexually, you can't do nothing. You don't do nothing. You just sit there and you just watch and you act like you don't know. And if they say that you curse them and say they're lying, pastor will never do that. Same thing with these little girls. They get abused since they're like 12, 11 by these pastors. These couple going to church. The men go home. Every time he home, pastor is, every time he's not home, pastor is at his home with his wife. What pastor doing in your home with your wife and you are not there? So these pastors for years, they has been abusive. They have been abusive to our culture. They have been abusive to black people on a whole. And we always allow these pastors to get away with everything. They're abusing everybody. They're abusing their position. They're abusing everything. And they will tell you that they are man of God. When these pastors need to drive in their big cars, when they need to drive to fly in their private jet, in their private plane, they use your money. They trick you so you could give them your money. They'll tell you what percentage of your paycheck you should give to them. And you give it to them. And that's what they use to live like how they're living now. And when you are broke, you can't get. When you go to that pastor and you ask and you tell him you are broke, he tell you he send you to God. He send you to Jesus. Why he don't go to Jesus and ask and stop taking your money? Why black people cannot think for themselves anymore? Why we cannot think rational? What is it that is blocking us from seeing what these predators are doing to our children, to our kids, to our females, to our males? What is it that is blocking us that we cannot see these things and put a stop to it? Why, when the government know these things are going on, they allow it? But in 1963, Carroll Gardens, Montego Bay, Jamaica, Bustamante, former Prime Minister of Jamaica, beat all Rastafarian beat them till blood start running them, cutting their hair off, and then call the water truck, the fire brigade truck, and spew hose on their blood and wash it away from off the street. These people wasn't raping anyone. Rastafarian wasn't killing anyone. All they were doing is just smoking and warn the people, the masses of the people, about this destructive thing that we are facing right now, with these pastors raping these little boys and little girls and raping these women husband and all these things. When Rastafarian was telling you about microchip, they're going to program us, they're going to have us taking vaccine, when they were saying these things, the government of Jamaica beat and kill thousands of Rastafarian, lock them up, cut their hair off. He said he will not stop until every Rastafarian was completely demolished out of Jamaica. And up to this day, Rastafarian have never get reparation for this cruel act that has been taking place in their life. But now you have everything that they were saying coming through. Everything. Now what? You just stand by and just don't say nothing, huh? This was Siobhan Ras TV. Every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US time, Jamaica time, 4 p.m. we go live on this channel. All right. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn the post notification bell on, so each time I upload a video like this, you get it right in your phone, and I'll see you in the next video.